4, 3, 2, 1, go. And they did not show the faces. Oh my god. Hey guys, Ranchin here, bringing another second of commentary. It's going to be the losers match in round 32 of Group B. Never mind that showed the faces. Group B in the Avalon MSL. The losers match here. Bisu, of course, having lost to Jangbi, which a little bit came by a surprise of what both players went for there. And oh, something coming right out of the gates. Bisu, the brown protoss at 11 o'clock, sending out an instant probe, and Free at the lower right position, 5 o'clock. Is the white protoss gonna? So okay, Bisu. To recap, Bisu 11 o'clock, brown protoss, Free white 5 o'clock, also protoss. Just to make sure you guys don't get confused, Bisu's gonna go for something funky. Right out of the gates, he's moving right towards the natural expansion, just outside. He's gonna plant a pylon just outside the natural expansion of Free. Ain't gonna wait there. Oh my god, he's just gonna hope for the fact Free's not gonna send out a scout anytime soon. We're gonna see how effective that's gonna go. Oh my god, this could be serious. If Free's gonna put down his gateway, we're gonna see if he sends out the scout right after the gateway. No, yes he does. Sending out a scout right after the gateway. He's gonna spot Bisu's own probe coming in. Bisu's not gonna be able to delay this. Gateway is being put down by Bisu. Free instantly sees that spot. That's gonna go ooh, putting down his own gateway. So it's all really gonna come down to who managed to do what. Bisu is gonna try to just put his 5 probes he pulled off the line right away by Free. He's gonna try to defend this, gonna try to take that gateway down, or maybe even try to go for the pylon. Second gate would be being put in by Bisu. The probes are going to surround one gate. We're not really sure if he's going to manage to take that out. Bisu also trying to harass the probes that are defending there. Another probe being pulled off the line by Free here. Free's going to not going to get a lot of mining down, but the first gateway does come down. We're going to see whether Zealot manages to be produced before the gateway gets destroyed. Bisu putting down a pylon inside of his main meanwhile as well, and just running around trying to do some harassment with his own probe. For Zealot, it's on the way. Probe's doing pretty good job surrounding the gateway. Actually, I think the gateway might actually go down. I think this might end the probe. The probe is not going to surround the second gateway. It's almost ready. Now we're going to see whether Bisu actually managed to produce something. He was and a Zealot now also on the way for Free. Bisu being forced to put in gateways in his own. Oh my god, in his own main, and I think this would have been a horrible idea by Bisu. Putting in a matter pylon, just desperate to do something at this point to hold back the economy. Nothing being produced by Bisu. 2 gateways going down. He's in a horrible position. Does manage to catch, I think, 2 probes inside of the matter pylon in a horrible position, putting down his gases alongside his gateway. I mean, honestly, I think Bisu's PvP skills are definitely enough to take Free down. He's 66% PvP, Free's 49%. And he's just, I really don't see the decision. He took down Free. Look, it's been a while ago. He took down Free in the semifinals in the Club Day MSL. Went on to win. Now Bisu putting down sub-negative score. So what he has done is delay the economy of Free severely. Free only has that one single Zealot, and Bisu is still running around with his probe, almost getting surrounded, trying to do some harassment. The assimilator for Free just not coming up. But of course, Bisu also lost quite a bit. The only real advantage is that the game seems to be a little bit equalized. Free has the probe inside of Bisu's base. Free has now put down an apparently Bisu canceled his matter pylon just before it warped in to get some of his minerals back, and Free put in an anti-matter pylon. 7 score going to be earlier for Bisu. He's just not ready. He's going to start producing Dragoons at this point. Still trying to run down Free's base. Free's probe. Still, it looks like an equalized game. Second Zealot now out for Bisu. Just really looks like an equalized game, as if losing those 2 gateways. Bisu still has that one pylon out there just outside of Free's natural expansion, but losing those 2 gateways seems to have been equalized by the fact that Free was not mining for a very long time, mining with only like 4 probes, because he had to pull off 6 or 7, off the line to try to kill those gateways off. And overall, we're just going to see who is in a worse position. Free now adding in a second gateway. I think also adding in his range, so I'm not really sure. Both players have the same amount of forces at this point. Bisu almost getting his probe caught there. Both players are desperately trying to do something. Bisu only at 1 gateway at this point, so I think he might actually have less troop protection on the way. Has his Dragoon there. He's finally going to be able to take out this one single probe. I'm not quite sure if I saw him upgrading range or not. So it's all coming down to who has the better economy. Free now out there finally took care of the one pylon that Bisu had out. I think Free's just going to be able to produce more forces. And no, never mind. That was a pylon being put down by Free. I thought it was Bisu's pylon, just as I natural. But actually, Bisu going to do something funky again. Put down a citadel of a dune. Now going to put down second. So he's going to thinking of might be thinking of actually getting Dark Templar. Going to go for quick Templar tech, try to win it that way because I don't really know if he's going to go for Observatory first. I think if he's going to go the tech route, he might not be getting his Observatory very quickly, so this might actually be a good idea for Bisu. Now Little Badoon is down. We're going to see what the Templar Archives are going to be on the way as well. And it all comes down to who managed to catch who off guard, taking Gateway almost on the way now for Bisu. Templar Archives are indeed coming up, and Goon Range as well. So Bisu is going to try to go Dark Templar alongside his ground force. He's going to prevent the scout with his Dragoons and his Zealots just running around trying to spot something. Robotics facility not being put down by Free. So it's all going to come down to, what he produces first. If he goes for the Observatory first, Bisu will most likely end up losing. Bisu not thinking of putting down his natural expansion by putting down a pylon. Free already has put down a natural expansion, but Forge also being put down by Bisu, interestingly enough, so he's going to defend that very, very carefully. But all in all, it's all going to come down to who has what. If Free goes for Observatory first, Bisu will most likely lose this. He will not be able to make his Dark Templars very effective. And if, however, Free goes for the robotics support first, then Bisu should be able to sneak his Dark Templar through, do a lot of damage, especially if he times right. Bisu now gonna catch one Dragoon wandering off by Free. Free trying to do a little pincer there, but just did not have the forces. Bisu got to be really careful to keep all of his Dragoons alive. Has a couple of Zealots that are alongside to support. Just make sure to get him back into the natural, make sure he doesn't get scouted. He's gonna put down a cannon as natural expansion, just desperately trying to hold it. Putting down his next expansion. Also, wait, first two Dark Templars are now out in the field, so it's all gonna come down to who sees what now. Those two Dark Templars are probably gonna run a kind of a scenic route to Free's base so they don't get Observatory! Observatory now up for Free. So now what's important for Bisu? Bisu needs to catch Free as his Observatory. He has to prevent those Dark Templar from being spotted. Bisu now just protecting his natural expansion, putting down two cannons there. He knows he doesn't have too much in the way of forces, so he's forced to play very defensive because Free is going to be barreling down. Second cannon is on the way. Free has more forces engaging each other. Two cannons also out for Bisu. Bisu has only 4 Dragoons alongside those two cannons at this point. Free has a lot more Dragoons now, so Bisu is going to meanwhile run inside the main. He has those two Templar moving in. Two more gateways being put down by Free, but I'm not sure if Free's Observer is on the way where it's flying towards Bisu. Bisu not going to be able to hold his natural expansion. Now the two Dark Templar are running right into the probe, going to be able to do a lot of damage. Bisu has lost all the troops he has at his natural expansion, has only one single Dragoon defending his main at this point. The Dark Templar running around, do a lot of damage. One Templar with 8 kills, I believe, the other with 4. A lot of probe kills for Bisu, but the Observer is now in the area. Bisu going to be forced to micro his troops around, and he doesn't have much in the way of defense inside his main. He has a Dark Templar on the way. I'm not really sure why he's not using it. The Observers are all in Free's main, so if Bisu uses Dark Templar to take care of the Dragoons that are out there, he would actually be able to take them out, but the Nexus is going to go. Dark Templar just now coming into play. The Nexus of Bisu is indeed going to go down, and Free is such a huge advantage at this point, and Bisu in a horrible, horrible position. Just not having the way of forces still, just losing those initial gateways. He's going to reestablish national expansion, but just losing those initial gateways really, really costing him right now. He did manage to do a decent harass, kill a decent amount of probes, but Free, of course, with the natural expansion, did manage to ferry that main. He doesn't look too badly damaged, honestly. Still has pretty decent large number of probes all over the place. Just not really sure what Free can do come up in this game. Just Free already has such a large number of Dragoons. Bisu trying to reinforce, again putting down photon cannons. Simply did not have enough. I think Bisu might have actually was trying to hold his choke too much. Some of his cannons were not ranging the goons, and that really didn't help Bisu out. He should have possibly tried to force Free closer to his cannons. Still Laduna being put down by Free. We're going to see whether that's just for Zealot speed or whether he actually decides to go for Dark Templar tech as well. I think that would completely eliminate Bisu. I don't think Bisu has any counter. I think that one single probe should have been able to spot that Dark Templar. Dark Templar going to spot a pylon going down. So Free thinking of expanding yet again at the lower left side. The Dark Templar is going to be able to either force a cancel on that pylon or take it out. And now High Templar now on the field for Bisu. So he's putting down all the stops, also putting down robotics facilities. He's going to need an Observatory right now, just in case. Pylon is going to go up, going to get cancelled just as it's about to come up. Free with a pretty sizable force. A lot of Dragoons producing from 4 producing from 4 gateways, adding in a forge alongside his Templar archive. So he's probably going to go for Dark Templar as well. And he's going to have a forge, so he's going to be able to put down defensive installation as well. But Bisu's so economical behind, being forced to put down photon cannons everywhere for defensive positions, just in case Free is going to go for some sort of harassment. Because even if Free actually decides to go for a High Templar drop, or even just a Dark Templar drop, I think it would be very deadly for him. So Bisu's being forced to utilize those cannons as a detector rather than anything else as an observer. Because Bisu at this point, I don't think his economy can really. He's definitely not going to go for Reavers. I'm not seeing his economy being able to afford Reavers at this point, alongside everything else he's getting. Still has one Dark Templar, I believe, at this point, just running around trying to do some sort of damage, trying to find some random probes, some random forces running out, trying to do a scout, trying to take those out. But Free has a pretty good defendable position.